What's up, comic fam? Comic fans, it's time for that new comic book day haul plus review. We got a big stack of books, so we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right into it, right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, go ahead and throw me a thumbs up, comment down below. Let's get into these books. We've got a big pile. It's upside down too. Whew. I've been prepping for this because it was big. All right, so first off, we're gonna start off with those 50-cent books. Nothing major here. This is just a small sampling. I picked up like 50 books this week, but we're not gonna go through all of it. Do a separate video about that. But anyway, we got Invincible Iron Man number 4. This is the second print. This is that classic Mary Jane cover. So for a while, this was probably like, well, this is the second print, but for a while, the first print of this book was probably like $15-20 book. I think it's dropped probably like $7 to $10 book. This is the second print. Not a lot of sales on it. It's maybe a $5 book. But it was in good condition. It was 50 cents. Next up, we got this like classic. I like this cover. I don't know about you, but this is All-Star Batman. This is J.R. John Romita Jr. and Scott Snyder. And this was like kind of like a, I don't know, I felt like it was like a villain of the week type of book when All-Star Batman came out. But it was very fast-paced. Boom, 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 boom. Like a new artist. Maybe it was an artist of the week almost every time. This is Free Comic Book Day. All these are 50-cent books, by the way. This is the Amazing Spider-Man Infinity issue. So it kind of told you what was happening in Infinity when that event was happening. But this is also Amazing Spider-Man, Ryan Otley on the cover. Free Comic Book Day book. I paid 50 cents for it. Obviously, I overpaid. This was a cool just cover. It's Spider-Man and Deadpool, number 16. Nothing of key value in it. Just, you got Deadpool here wrapped in chains, and it looks like an octopus. And then you got Spider-Man stuck in a web with the spider coming at him. I just thought this was a really cool cover, so that's why I grabbed that. Then we found Dead No More, The Clone Conspiracy. Again, no real spec value attached to that. But these are just variant covers, and it's Spider-Man. So this is a Mark Bagley variant. I forget who did this variant cover, but I just thought it was a dope cover. And then this variant cover was like based off like the X-Men XCI. It was like X-Men versus the Inhumans. And you see they give you like what the cover was based off of. So you got Cyclops in the crowd. Maybe the coolest Cyclops cover I've ever seen. I'm not a big Cyclops fan. He's alright. He's not the worst. Then I got some free books for my LCS. I guess they had a overstock of these. So this is from the Halloween comic book extravaganza from last year. But this was definitely worth pick up. Star Wars: The High Republic number 1. I feel like this is a book destined to pop. Not the free Halloween version, but if you have Star Wars number 1, I think it's like a $20 book, right? Maybe even more. And then they also had Hawkeye number 1. And this is also that Halloween extravaganza book. So I picked up both of those. And yeah, October's coming. That means New York Comic Con's coming. Your boy will be there. If you're going, let me know. Hit me up. Instagram. Description's in the link. Yeah, my Instagram account. As long as I haven't changed it, it should still be good. Alright, this was also a book I found on the shelves. I believe this is the B cover because the A covers were all jacked up. But this is a book right now that's going for like $10-20. This is Rogue's Gallery. There is, of course, as you know, speculate. Well, you may not know, but as you know, when a book pops, usually speculation attached to it. This came in July, and it wasn't really flying off the shelves. It had decent reviews, but Rogue's Gallery apparently is up for option, and yeah, it's a 10, 15. I think high sale is $20. So if you can find it at cover and you're a flipper, go ahead and flip it. If not, save it. Maybe one day it'll be the next Walking Dead. Anyway, I had a gift certificate, and this was 20% off when I bought it. So what was that, $360? So like 14 and change I paid for this, but this is Alpha Life number 1. Really minty copy. No spine ticks. The edges are sharp, pretty sharp. And then on top, there's like a little wrinkle that can be pressed out. It's like a little thumb. You probably can't even see it. So with the pressing, this could be a 9.6, 9.8. So that's what I did. I spent like an extra $14 and got Alpha Flight #1. The first solo series with Alpha Flight. All right, so now we're into this week's books. Let's go. Let's get this party rolling for this half-hour video. We got Briar, #1. This is, it says 1 per store on it, but I think this is just the German Garcia unlockable. So the stores usually only got 1 copy of this, but to unlock it, you have to order like something like 25 copies of something to unlock it. I forget. But that wasn't the only Briar I got. I doubled down on it. I got this beautiful, I love Stephanie Hans, so I got this beautiful Stephanie Hans. This is the FOC. It's my baby. This is also on my spec picks for this week. But this is Stephanie Han FOC cover. So I think you can only order this if you ordered it during the FOC process. So that is a dope cover. These are Boom Studio books, by the way. Next up, we got Berserker #10. It's interesting. Is it good? It's interesting. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's coming at least to the end of this arc, but at least the end of the story. I think it's only 12 issues, maybe 13 issues. So I might issue 10. I gotta stick with it. But Berserker it's good. We'll see. It was like massive mayhem and murder and with some stories, and now it's just a lot of story without all the massive mayhem and carnage. So it kind of it ebbs and flows with what it gives you. All right, next up we got House of Slaughter #9. As you can see, there's a dragon here. This book has been dealing with like obscure type creatures, which are just these mega like level 5 hurricane type of monsters, like level 5 hurricane level monsters. But we have this one character who doesn't really have any emotions, but he also, I think, has a lot of fear in him. He has a creature who, these guys take on these monsters, and yeah, they're just explaining the backstory. The main character is different in that one. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Stephanie Phillips Grimm #5. Excellent book. All right, our main protagonist here finds out that Death is her dad, and she has the scythe. Really good. They end up in Vegas. They've been in Las Vegas since the last issue. Really worth a read. Definitely worth picking up. I believe this was the last issue of this arc, but as we know, the story keeps on going. So that was good. We're gonna keep going. And then for Image Comics, we got 8 Billion Genies #5. And this was definitely a wrap up of this kind of first arc, I believe, as well. It's only 8 issues though, so I don't know if you really want to call it a wrap up of an arc, but it was definitely a wrap up of the bar they were all staying in. So we've been reading it. They've been staying in this bar that's been protected. The Earth kind of gets re-terraformed. It's kind of safe to inhabit, safe-ish, safer than it was in this issue. And our bar group has now decided to venture out into the world. So I think we'll kind of see what happens to each individual family or group that ventured out of the bar after that. They have now left their safety zone, their safe spot. All right, I haven't got a chance to catch up on this. I think I'm on issue 4 of Batman Beyond the White Knight. All right, this is the J. Scott Campbell variant comic. I was like, why can't I think of the word variant? And as you see here, you got the version, the White Knight version of Harley Quinn, the Sean Murphy version of Harley Quinn. All right, and then we got Detective Comics 1064, Detective 1064. Without going too much into it, it kind of reads a lot like, it's very poetic to me, if you will. It's probably one of the better written DC books out there right now, Detective. And I loved Mariko Tamaki when she was writing it. This is a different scale. Both excellent writers, 2 different styles. But yeah, Batman's dealing with like this music box that infected him, I guess you could say, kind of threw him off his game mentally. He goes to a doctor, and the doctor's like, hey, maybe you have anxiety, and he kind of does that thing that he does to Commissioner Gordon, where the doctor turns around with a script and he's gone. So anyway, Batman's trying to figure out, he doesn't think he's slowing down. This book's kind of dealing with him also aging, and just the amount of meetings he's taken. And I think Batman is not willing to just say, I'm getting old and I have a lot of injuries. There's obviously something else going on, which there sort of is. There's something mystical in this book. So, yeah, that's where we get. He gets into a little fight with a fling. She's trying to protect Batman, keep him away from some bad stuff that's going to happen. Good book. Pick it up, read it. You might be a little lost. You might want to start from the beginning. This is what's writing this? Ramvi. I wanted to say Ramvi, and then I was very thrown off. Ramvi. Right, and then you got a Steve Spurrier side story with Commissioner Gordon in there, which is interesting to say the least. All right, we picked up Edge of Spider-Verse #2. This is the second printing. Picked it up because you got big bobblehead Spidey right there. Also, this is the first Spider Britain, or Britain Spider. So picked that up. Second printing though, so first printing was the very first. Picked it up just in case. You never know. Also, like I said, cool cover. That's a little side spec. I'm not going to recommend it to you, but pick that up. All right, we also picked up Star Wars, second printing of issue 26. Again, this is another little side spec. Don't have to read it. A lot of first appearances in here, including Quira's niece and nephew. I feel like the first print's the way to go with this, but second print could be. It's not like this came out under the radar. This was definitely first print came out under the radar. This book, not so much. So I think that's just a second print for people who can't get the first one. But you never know. You never know. We got Voices, Comunidades, or Communities #1. All right, and this is the first appearance of Chimera, and she's right on the cover. And I'm pretty sure I doubled down on this. Got 2 covers of this, but again, small spec. But this book, the character in here doesn't just disappear. It seems like there's a backstory, and there may be more to tell about it. All right, it happens in the America Chavez portion of this book. This book has a lot of different superheroes, if you will, telling different stories. It's an anthology of these superheroes who have Latin or Hispanic heritage. All right, and yeah, it's pretty good. I actually enjoy this a lot more than this Edge of Spider-Verse stories. Right, these are a little campy. These stories are a little meatier, have a little bit more bite to them. All right, here's Dr. Aphra. This is Descent. Really good series. Really good. She's basically inside herself because she's been taken over by I forget the name of it, but we're gonna keep rolling with it. It's like Ascendant technology, but I forget the name. It's like a spark. I forget it's the something spark. Anyway, this this gem that was supposed to help the user mimic Sith powers kind of takes over her mind, and she's inside her mind, and she's kind of fighting a battle against this technology. At the same time, you got this little creature who kind of ended up in the spark, in her mind, also helping her through all this. And we have the first appearance of the Dark Seekers in here. This book seems to have popped a little bit. It's definitely a double-digit book. If you're out there, maybe 10, 15, 20 bucks. I also got 2 of those. But yeah, Dark Seekers. First appearance, Star Wars, Dr. Aphra. All the check marks for a quality spec book. All right, Thor #27, modern spec book, by the way. #27, and you have Thor and Venom teaming up. This happens in the future of where the Venom series is right now. So the Venom series that's happening now is kind of in the past, and this is kind of a future look into it. So we're saying that it looks like Eddie Brock Venom is okay, even though he's going through some rough stuff right now in the Venom series. But what we have is the first offspring of Bedlam in this book, and Darkoff, some former Thor villain or current Thor villain, gets Bedlam's symbiote infects him. And so you've got this really powerful, almost like with armor, so he's almost impenetrable kind of villain now, symbiote villain. And at the end of it, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, if you ever seen the Venom 2 movie, there's a part where Venom's like, oh crap, or oh shit, it's a red one. And there's a callback to that in this. It's pretty funny. Yeah, if you're looking for a good laugh, definitely Thor number 27 is worth reading. It looks like it was co-written by Al Ewing and Donny Cates. So Al Ewing's doing the Venom series now, so he probably had some input into how they were going to write Venom here in the future, in this book that goes in the future. Next up, we got The Amazing Spider-Man number 10. I swear we're almost done, so if you stuck with me this long, thank you. This book and then one more. Amazing Spider-Man number 10. As you see, there's Gwen Stacy here. If you've been reading the Judgment Day Axe series, which I haven't, AXE, you'll kind of know what's going on. I kind of know what's going on just because I've read a few things here and there, and a few friends have kept me informed. But basically, humans are being judged. So here you can see Gwen Stacy has a very judgmental face. By the way, JR, this is John Romita Jr. on this cover. He does not do the interiors. You got Nick Dragotta doing the covers in here. I was a little thrown off by his art. He draws eyes very big. For a Spider-Man universe, it's a little jarring. But it works with the issue, trust me, when you get towards the end. But the big thing is, people are being judged. It looks like they're being judged by somebody who had the most influence on their life. So here we go, Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy, heart-touching. At the end, there's definitely a little moment. It's not the real Gwen Stacy, but then there's a moment where it could be. Read it, find out. Spider-Man. And we're going to end off with another Spider-Man book, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. This is issue 42. This is the last of this series before they reboot it with a new Spider-Man title. I think it's not Miles Morales anymore. It'll be like something Spider-Man. I think about it as, maybe it is Miles Morales. But anyway, Miles is walking down the street with his friends, gets pulled into a tarot card reading, and basically it kind of shows you the future and where things are headed with Miles and who influences him and all that other stuff. Just a very touching ending to this whole Spider-Man Miles Morales book. Alright, comic fans, we've come to the end. That was my comic haul, plus review. Plus I threw in all those 50-cent books, free books, $14 books, whatever books. But thank you for joining me, alright? Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, throw a comment down below, give me a thumbs up. You know what, do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for next week's books. Peace! Bam! You didn't see that coming.